Okay, welcome back. Now, once you know how to recognize a phrasal verb, you need to know how to use it correctly. And in order to do that, you need to find out if it is a transitive phrasal verb or an intransitive phrasal verb. If it is a transitive phrasal verb, you need someone or something after the phrasal verb. If it is intransitive, it can be used on its own. For example, the phrasal verb look after, which means to take care of a person or an object, is a transitive phrasal verb. This phrasal verb always has to be followed by a person or object. You can't just say, I need to look after. I would be asking, who or what? It doesn't make sense. However, some phrasal verbs work fine on their own, and we call these intransitive. For example, show up is an intransitive phrasal verb. This means to arrive. You don't need to add an object here. For example, I agreed to meet John at the shopping centre, but he never showed up. Or, she finally showed up at 7 p.m. These phrasal verbs work fine without an object. However, some phrasal verbs can be both transitive and intransitive, depending on the meaning. For example, the phrasal verb look up has two different meanings. Firstly, it can mean to get better or to improve. In this case, look up is intransitive. For example, after a horrible week, things are starting to look up. Here, it doesn't need an object. But if we look at the second meaning, to find a piece of information by looking in a book or by using a computer, the phrasal verb here is transitive. If we don't have an object, it doesn't make any sense. For example, I often look up words in the dictionary. Okay, now, as you can understand the difference between transitive and intransitive phrasal verbs, you will now know how to use them correctly.